Greetings, junior scientists, and citizens of this great, big, weird, wild, wonderful world in which we live. As always, I'm your humble science communicator, the Great Orbax, coming to you from the Department of Physics at the University of Guelph. I'd like to welcome you to the August 2022 Stargazing Guide. With the diameter 109 times that of the Earth and a mass 330,000 times Earth's mass, the nuclear-powered plasma ball in the sky known as the Sun is the star in the center of our solar system, or, as it seems lately, in the center of my backyard. This summer we've been blasted by heat waves, but on the bright side, no pun intended, the lack of rain has given us clear skies and some perfect conditions for stargazing. This month we're going to spend some time looking for constellations, try and find the rings of Saturn, and talk about what the universe looked like 13 billion years ago. It's all out there, junior scientists. All you've got to do is take some time and look up. Our great big summer sky is full of stars, so let's see if we can find some easy to spot constellations. Last month we talked about the summer triangle. At the start of August, you'll be able to spot it high in the eastern sky, but by mid-August, it'll be directly overhead after sunset, meaning also that the constellations of Lyra, Aquila, and Cygnus will also appear directly overhead, since one star from each comprises the triangle. Once you spot the triangle, look inside it. In the corner closest to Altair and Aquila, you'll see a small and faint constellation that looks a little bit like an arrow. This rare gem is Sagitta. The stars in Sagitta aren't the brightest, and it's actually the third smallest constellation in the night sky, but its unique shape makes it easy to spot. Now let's swing around to the west. You're going to see a bright star. In fact, the brightest star in the northern sky. This is Arcturus. Arcturus is 7.1 billion years old, and is actually only 37 light years away. Arcturus is a red giant, and what that means is that although it has the same mass as our sun, it's grown to be 25 times bigger and 170 times brighter than our sun. Now the stars around Arcturus make up a shape that almost looks like a kite. This is the constellation Boötes, the herdsman. If you look directly to the right of our kite made of stars, you'll find our old friend Ursa Major. As a matter of fact, one surefire way to find Arcturus is to follow the arc of the handle of the Big Dipper, which will lead you directly to our red giant friend. The full moon this month is on the 11th, and it's yet another supermoon! This is the last supermoon of the year and a perfect complement to our hot August nights. If you missed what a supermoon is, check out our June and July stargazing guides. This full moon is often called the sturgeon moon, named after North America's largest fish. The sturgeon family of fish have existed for over 135 million years and have even been mistaken for lake monsters on several occasions. The August full moon coincides with certain harvests and is also referred to as the green corn moon, the grain moon, and the barley moon. The Anishinaabe people of the Great Lakes region called this full moon Manaminike Gizis, the wild rice moon. The Mi'kmaq people of the East Coast refer to the August full moon as the berry ripening moon, or Gizigewigus. The planets are bright in the sky this month with a few special mentions. On August 27th, Mercury will be at its greatest eastern elongation. This means it will be at one of its furthest distances from the sun, making it higher in the sky at sunset and therefore easier to see. Look low in the western horizon at sunset to see if you can spot it. This month is also a special one for Saturn. Saturn is in opposition on August 14th. This means that the Earth will lie directly between Saturn and the sun. Due to this geometry, the sun will fully illuminate the face of Saturn, making it the brightest it will be all year. It also means that this is the closest that Saturn gets to the Earth and will be visible all night long. If you have a medium-sized telescope, you should even be able to spot the rings on Saturn and some of its brightest moons. Meteors! August 12th and 13th marks the peak of the annual Perseids meteor shower, with an expected 60 meteors an hour emanating from the constellation Perseus in the northeastern sky around midnight. Unfortunately, it's right around the time of the full moon, whose light will effectively screen most of the meteors you'd be able to see. That said, you'll never know unless you try, junior scientists. Back in January, we talked about an incredible achievement, the launching of the James Webb Space Telescope. Weighing the same as a school bus and the size of a tennis court once it was unfolded, the James Webb Space Telescope spent a month traveling 1.5 million kilometers behind the Earth with respect to the sun. From there, it's been quietly aligning its signature 6.5 meter wide, 18-segment golden infrared reflecting mirror to peer into the oldest and deepest parts of the universe. On July 11th, the public witnessed the first of many images that we'll receive from the Webb, and we were not disappointed. The images have continue to pour in, and the findings are not only beautiful, but they have deep-reaching implications for astronomy and physics. What we're seeing is light from billions of years ago arriving to the Webb now. And what it's showing us is a snapshot of the universe from back then. The Webb has given us the deepest and clearest image of the universe that we've ever seen. And not only that, but the Webb is loaded with spectroscopy equipment that has shown us the presence of water on distant planets. If you're interested in learning more about these findings, click on the link in the description to see a live stream that I did. Dr. Natalie Ouellette, the Canadian Outreach Scientist for the James Webb Space Telescope, and Kate Howells, the Communications Strategy and Canadian Space Policy Advisor to the Planetary Society. Truly, this is an incredible time to be alive, junior scientists. I wish you the best of luck in your astro endeavors, and I can't wait to see what wonders you'll discover when you take some time to look up. See you next month, and don't forget to have a science-tastic day. Special thanks to Royal City Science's own planetary geochemist, Dr. Glynis Perrett, for her help preparing our stargazing guide. We'd also like to thank the Skyview app and the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada.